Hey guys, Ryan here. So, wrapping up the Zeo Ultrazord just about halfway through the series, coming at you from Triforia, Pyramidas, the Chariot. The toy history. Released for O-Ranger as King Pyramida, where it was also featured as a spaceship at one point. Pyramidas was Trey of Triforia, and later Jason's personal Zord. And what I really liked as a kid was that it was teased at you from the first episode of Zeo in the first frame of the opening credits behind the 5 Ranger silhouettes. The show really shuffled the board quite a bit in normal Zord allocation, so what would traditionally be the 6 Ranger Zord became the Red Battle Zord, and what would traditionally be a sentient carrier Zord became the 6 Ranger Zord. I remember as a kid seeing the box to this in Toys R Us and being very jealous because it looked both ridiculous and amazing. But because I was only collecting the Micro Zeo Mega Battle Zord at the time, I couldn't get this, it wasn't compatible. And more fool me, because this Zord is awesome. I really like this one. The design. So Pyramidas continued the ancient civilizations theme to gargantuan proportions. I've never seen another Zord like it. It's brimming with details like machinery and other ornate detail. The Zeo crest and Gold Ranger symbol are also featured really well. The red jewels provided another subtle pop of colour right where you'd want it, very centrally in both Pyramid and Warrior mode. Of course, what you're really going to want Pyramidas for are the 2 Zeo Ultrazord combinations. This is also yet another year where the Ultrazord doesn't require all of the Zords, in fact it only wants half of them. Both modes are great, I do prefer Carrier mode though. To me it's better because you can actually see the Zords involved in it. In the Warrior mode it's like Schrodinger's pyramid because you don't know which Megazord is inside it. Though once again Zeo Megazord provides the most interactive assembly, for all the thought that's gone into their positions and their compartments inside it. Even though you can only see the backs of them when it's finished, the ingenuity that's gone into that stack is brilliant. I guess in the show they really wanted to push the epic scale and stature of Warrior mode, but I do wish they'd use the Chariot mode a little more often, given how well it's clearly been thought out to act as the ultimate display piece, even though it's kind of too big to display anywhere. Are there any differences to the Japanese original? Well, really notably with Pyramidas, stickers aren't much of a thing here. Other than a few details on the feet and some hilarious warning stickers, that's all you get. The Zord is full of moulded brilliance, like how the helmet to Warrior mode is a little pyramid in itself. But I can't see anything different on the Japanese version to ours, which is another win for Zeo. What's bad about it? Well, obviously nothing. But to play devil's advocate, there's only so far you're going to get with a pyramid on wheels. It's clunky and bulky and more of a statue display piece than any of the other Zords in the Zeo toy line. In Warrior mode, the articulation is about on par with the Red Battle Zord. You've got rotating arms. That's about it. Because of what it needs to facilitate in the Ultrazord mode, the legs are one solid piece. I do remember a few years ago someone customised a version with separated legs and it looked absolutely incredible. I had hoped that Bandai might give us a new take on it in the Legacy line, and I was curious how they would make the combinations work alongside giving it more articulation. But who knows, maybe one day Hasbro will take a go at it. It sucks as well that the Zords just rest in position, nothing actually clicks into place. There is a good point to that in that there's no clips messing up the relatively clean design of Pyramidas, and it was exactly the same 2 years ago in the Thunder Ultrazord. Move it too quickly and the Red Dragon Zord, Thunder Zord would fall over, or the Assault Team sleigh would come undone. Here it's very similar for the Red Battle Zord, precariously perched on the back, though the Zeo Zords are much better served, so long as you don't pick it up with them on top, in which case you're on your own. What's great about it? Well, everything else. As mentioned, the faithful representation of both Zeo Ultrazord combinations is the standout for this toy. You can't look at this thing and not be happy. I believe it's the tallest, heftiest Megazord combination from the TV show of the Bandai era. It's so clever, it's such a great advance on from the Mighty Morphin Zords, and in the show, bringing Jason back to unite them for the Ultrazord felt like everything had really come full circle. You should really get this toy, it's very fun. Because of missing parts and worn paint, I've ended up with duplicates of Red Battle Zord, With Pyramidas, the version that came with my Zeozord lot was missing the final plastic shelf, the one that the girls' Zeozords 1 and 2 stand on. You could argue that in warrior mode it's the least necessary of the shelves, but once you picked it up, the girls' swords would just be left there. Also, it meant assembly of the chariot mode was a lot more dangerous because blue and green Zords had the tendency to topple off the front of it. So yeah, I ended up buying another one, ironically missing a completely different piece, but having that shelf I needed. Long story short, I've now realised I can display both Ultrazords alongside each other. Both modes are really great, and you can imagine in Japan them kind of forgiving Bandai for not giving them an Ultrazord in Kaku Ranger because they gave them 2 great options in O-Ranger. That's it then for Pyramidas the Carrier Zord. Next time we've got the original Symbol Mode Megazord to talk about, the Super Zeo Megazord. And that's one I did have back in the day. So until next time, see you later.